Hey everyone, Jason Smith here, host of the Bridge Podcast. Today I want to talk to you about COP28. Now 70,000 delegates from nations all over the world are going to be descending on Dubai from November 30th to December 12th to discuss limiting fossil fuel emissions. Now, COP28 is part of the United Nations, and each COP takes place each year to achieve three major goals and several smaller goals. The three major goals are to prevent the Earth by heating by 1.5 degrees Celsius before 2050. Goal number 2 is to help impoverished communities. And goal number 3 is to reach net zero emissions globally by 2050. No country can reach fossil fuel emission targets by themselves. If some nations do reach net zero and some nations don't reach net zero, then we still have a problem and we still have global warming. So things like natural gas are bad for the environment, coal, bad for the environment, oil burning, bad for the environment. Now, a lot of people think natural gas is okay because it's got the word natural in it. That's just rhetoric. So China is the manufacturing hub and logistics hub of the world by far. And so China, being a roughly 20% of the world's population, has installed enormous amounts of solar, hydro, and wind. The consequence of that is that it has done so at scale. And doing so at scale, it has driven the price point of these technologies down. So China is the largest producer of all of these technologies in the world. And China is the leader in all of these technologies in the world because it's doing so at scale. China has more hydro power than any nation in the world. China has more solar power than any nation in the world. China has more wind power than any nation in the world. China has more EVs than any nation in the world. China has more charging stations by far than all the other nations in the world together. China has more EV buses than all the other nations in the world combined times multiples. So investment in solar has not just been good for China, it's been good for nations all over the world. The price point of solar, wind, and hydropower has been driven below conventional fossil fuels. So if you are a developing nation today, instead of building a natural gas burning facility, it actually makes more sense to build a solar farm, to build a wind farm, to build hydropower dams. These technologies have become more affordable than other technologies, and importing them from China has become the most affordable way to create more energy generating capacity and green energy generating capacity. So the goal of the world meeting carbon neutral by 2050 has been made possible by China. See you next time.